Apple just this week announced Siri AI. It's very exciting. It's kind of much more than what I was hoping to see that what Siri would be. And finally, Siri is, hopefully, fingers crossed, the personal assistant on our phone that we were promised 1 billion years ago. But here's the thing. All this is well and good, but it may not actually come to the EU. And here's why. Now, Apple have had a turbulent relationship with the EU over the years, mostly because of the laws and policies and rulings that the EU has within markets and fairness and access and so on. And it's all about protecting the consumer. Hello. It's all about protecting the consumer and making sure that everything is fair and, the consumer isn't at risk and the consumer is getting the best deal possible. Even my cat agrees. Now, sometimes that's great. Sometimes the EU is doing the right thing and protecting the consumer. And then sometimes the EU sort of oversteps its mark and we kind of see a bit of a feature creep, as it were, in their laws and policies. And you kind of think, are they becoming a bit sort of overreaching with those things? And we kind of have seen that before. And sometimes that has affected those of us within the UK, even though we're not part of the EU because of Brexit. But here's the thing. Apple's Siri AI could be very well affected by, once again, one of these laws, one of these policies, where we're going to see the EU dictate that Apple should remove access to the Siri AI because, and it is all about access. When you consider Siri AI understands you, understands Stu, searches my email, reads my messages, checks my calendar, understands my photos, interacts with all the apps, and completes loads of actions within those things. But only Apple's Siri AI, it can do that. No other personal assistant or app on the Apple iPhone can do that. My cat's, I know. Okay, yes, it's raining outside. So yeah, what we're seeing is okay, yes. Sorry about this. Lots of drama outside with lots of rain. So where were we? So it's all about allowing access, but for yourself, for Apple, but not allowing it for others. And there's this act called the Digital Markets Act, which is about it being fair. So if you're doing it and you have access to all these abilities and tools within the operating system, you should therefore allow others to create their own tools to have similar access or identical access that you have, but you're only allowing it for yourself, and it's giving you an unfair advantage on the tools that you're developing because you're withholding that from other developers. So this is called the Digital Markets Act, and it's very likely going to cause a real problem for Apple, because there's no way that Apple are going to allow similar access or identical access than what Siri's AI has access to. Apple have been arguing that if they allowed access or similar access or identical access to the same information and tools and etc. that they have on the Apple phone, on the iPhone, to other developers, that would then put the user at risk because the Apple Siri AI is built within the OS and isn't kind of necessarily a separate app, even though it is a separate app in itself. So that's kind of their argument, and it's kind of, they're saying it's built within their ecosystem, whereas a third-party app wouldn't necessarily have that foundational security that Apple does have. So that's Apple's argument. And it's very likely, as we've seen a few times before with the EU, with those in Brussels, where they'll just say, no, sorry. So what does this mean for those in the EU? Well, it's very likely that those in the EU won't get the upgraded Siri AI. They won't get deeper personal context or expanded visual intelligence or deeper app integrations or actions, or even some of those sort of deeper integrated AI tools that will be available. So the iOS 27, when it comes out soon, I imagine, will be very much watered down for those in the EU. So does that, as we've seen before, where something that's affected the EU then have a knock-on effect to those in the UK, even though we're not part of the EU anymore because of Brexit? Well, there's suggestion that it may not this time, that we will get, the 100% full octane iOS 27 with Siri AI. And I've downloaded the beta version of iOS 27, and there doesn't seem to be any limitation in terms of Siri and so on, its integrations. Also, when I've updated betas before, updated to a beta before, and there's been a thing that's been blocked within the EU, I have seen that it's actually been blocked within the UK as well, but I've not seen it in this case, so I found that interesting. So there's a very strong chance, perhaps, that in the UK it's not going to be affected. Possibly, fingers crossed. Or, they'll just lump us all together like they have done in the past and just say, well, the EU have blocked it. You're just across 26 miles of sea. You may as well be blocked as well. It remains to be seen. So what are your thoughts? Are you in the EU and you feel perhaps that Apple should be more open about this? Because they've not really said anything about it at all. Are you in the UK and you hope that Apple doesn't do what they've done before and lumped us together with the EU market and blocked certain things that really shouldn't be blocked because we're not part of the EU? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I think it's a really interesting discussion. And why do you think that Apple really haven't said much about this at all? They've not even put the sort of little asterisk thing at the bottom where sometimes they say, some aspects may not be available within the EU. I've sometimes seen that before. So it remains to be seen. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe if you like these videos. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. And apologies for the cats. They're getting very excited because it's pouring down with rain.